What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I got another video for you today because it looks like there have been some updates or an update to the Dolphins head coaching search. Obviously, this is going to be something that is going to be an ongoing topic, at least until they decide on somebody and hire somebody. So let's go ahead and give you the updates right now. So we are going to be taking a look at this article from the Phins on SB Nation. And now multiple sources are reporting this, of course, but this is just the one that I brought up because it kind of summarized the full coaching search and everybody that they have officially on their list. So Miami Dolphins coaching search 2022, Leslie Frazier added to the interview request list. Miami Dolphins continue to cast a wide net as they search for their next head coach. After firing Brian Flores on Monday, the team has built a list of at least 5 coordinators from other teams they are requesting to interview. Reports so far have indicated Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll, San Francisco 49ers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniels, Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, Arizona Cardinals defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, and Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore are all on Miami's radar to fill their vacancy. On Wednesday, a 6th name surfaced. According to the MMQB's Albert Breer, Miami has requested Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier for an interview. That request makes 2 teams, Buffalo and Dallas, where the Dolphins are considering both offensive and defensive coordinators. And just real quick, obviously the Jim Harbaugh thing is kind of floating around behind the scenes. Obviously it's not official because, you know, he hasn't decided to leave Michigan yet. So, but again, I fully believe that if Jim Harbaugh does decide to leave Michigan, even though you know, Stephen Ross was like, I'm not going to be the one that takes him from Michigan. Again, if Harbaugh independently decides he wants to leave Michigan and come back to the NFL, because there are reports that he wants to and wants to get back into it, especially with Greg Roman from the Ravens and Vic Fangio, I believe, was with the Broncos most recently, them coming available, and there could be a reunion with those guys wherever Harbaugh ends up going. So, and honestly, that to me, with Leslie Frazier is not a bad addition to this list, and if I'm keeping it real, this list is actually a pretty solid. It's the best list of potential candidates that I have seen from the Dolphins the past few cycles, if I'm keeping it honest. I mean, you have guys like Dan Quinn and Leslie Frazier, who are, more experienced and so on and so forth, with, a bit of probably a decent Rolodex. And then you have some decent first timers like Kellen Moore and Brian Daboll. So this is, like I said, this is the best list. For me, the ideal one is a guy that's not on the official list as of right now, but Jim Harbaugh. I think that would be the most ideal situation. But again, we'll see how that plays out. Real quick, let's finish this out and let's take a look at Frazier's pedigree here. He played in the league for from 1981 through 85 as a cornerback for the Bears, including being a part of the team's Super Bowl 20 victory. So obviously he's been to the Super Bowl as a player, so he does know, and he was a player, so obviously he does know football from that aspect. Unfortunately, which is good though, because I personally, and one of the reasons why I like Vrabel and Dan Campbell is because they were former players and they understand what it's like to be a player. He injured his knee during the Super Bowl, and that ended his career. He began his coaching career at Trinity College, now Trinity International, in 1988 as their head coach, holding the position through 96. He moved over to the University of Illinois in 97 as the team's defensive backs coach, then assumed the same role with the Philadelphia Eagles in 99. He got his first defensive coordinator position in 03 with the Bengals, holding the job through the 04 season. In 05, he was named a defensive assistant with the Colts, then assumed the title of assistant head coach and defensive back coach the next season. In 07, he was named the Vikings defensive coordinator, adding the assistant head coach title in 2008 2008. During the 2010 season, he became the Vikings interim head coach when Brad Childress was fired, becoming their head coach in 11 and holding the position through 2013. So as you can see, he does have a good amount of experience. He's been to multiple different organizations, which actually as a coach is not a bad thing, because you get to experience different environments, different people, different GMs, different owners, right? Different coaches, etc. And that's one of those things that allows you to build a Rolodex, and why a guy like this could be potentially good, right? And something, and again, so for me, if it's not Jim Harbaugh with his list of, contacts and his pedigree and stuff, then I would go to the next most experienced veteran head coach with the best pedigree, and right now Leslie Frazier is probably going to be at the top. Now Jim Caldwell's not on this list, but he'd probably be up there as well. Anyway, after 3 seasons, he was fired by the Vikings and hired by the Bucks as their defensive coordinator for the 14 and 15 seasons, with the team not picking up options for the 2016 season. He moved to the Ravens for that season, working as their secondary coach before being hired in 17 as the Bills defensive coordinator, adding the assistant head coach title in 2020. Miami seems to be considering multiple options with their search for the next head coach, interviewing both offensive and defensive-minded coaches, as well as coordinators without any head coaching experience, as well as some who have had that previous experience. Under the league rules, teams cannot interview coaches from teams playing in the wild card round until after the weekend. All of the known interview requests from the Dolphins have included coaches that meet that criteria, so we likely will not get official notification that the team has conducted an initial interview until sometime next week. And of course, because as you know, Bills, Cardinals, Niners, Cowboys, all of these guys are going to be in at least this first round of the playoffs. And so while their seasons continue, we are not allowed to talk to them. Obviously, this process likely should play out over the next few weeks, barring maybe, Harbaugh coming out and being like, I'm leaving Michigan, and then the next day Ross saying, we've hired Harbaugh. So, and they could, because he's not in the NFL yet. So, as long as he's not under contract somewhere else, he can go wherever the fuck he wants. Anyway, so with that though, that is going to wrap this up. I did want to give you those updates, and again, this is something that we are going to be keeping a very close eye on over the next few weeks, and right up until a decision is made. So look back for that, and we will check it out as we go, and I'll make sure to give you the updates as they fly in. And with that, I'm going to get out of here, but before I do, check out the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like, they got it, and they're looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, as well as providing you with an arena to dispute all of the terrible officiating that we see throughout all of these leagues. And with that, make sure you look for the links in the description box to that. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. And of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro, as well as on Instagram at Dolphins_with_Dillon. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.
Miami wins it.